Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm super mega excited to share this video with you guys because I've recently come up with a very interesting lesson I wanted to share. So the topic of today will be enemies to lovers. Yeah, so basically, lesbian couples that were enemies and later on they basically became a couple or they became, romantically involved with one another. But before we get into further details and actually discuss everything, please let me know your personal opinion down below in the comments because as you all already know, your opinion 100 trillion% does matter. And I also want to say, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get right into it. First, we're gonna start off with Motherland for Salem. The series has a lesbian enemies to lover storyline between the protagonist Riley and the initially antagonist Shayla. She is a member of the Spree, an organization opposed to the military witch system, who infiltrates Fort Salem with the intent to recruit and capture students. Riley is a new recruit trained to become a military witch. The law forces them both to question the loyalties and the ideologies that they were raised with. So basically, they go through a whole roller coaster run in order to try to figure out, if this is what they want, is this relationship worth it? Because they definitely go through a lot in order to figure out, if this is actually going to work out between them. But one thing I have to say is that their storyline is super popular. I do feel like, in my personal opinion, it doesn't need no introduction. It was very well received. It's, if I'm not mistaken, considered one of, the best lesbian couples ever to be made as far. So I do feel like, the relationship is very good, is very consistent, and it's also a whole roller coaster ride. But it's definitely an enemies to lovers type of love affair, type of romance that I will highly recommend you also watch if you haven't yet. Then we're gonna move forward to this 2024 Justice Dos. In this case, it is a Brazilian telenovela that was released, and let me tell you, it's super amazing. It's like a series type of vibe, not basically telenovela, more like a series type of vibe. The tension begins when Milena is wrongly imprisoned for an elimination committed by Jordana, a powerful and wealthy businesswoman. Years later, after Milena is released from prison, she seeks out Jordana. Instead of immediate revenge, their relationship involves in seeks out of Jordana. Instead of immediate revenge, their relationship involves in a complex web of manipulation, professional ambition, and mutual attraction. It is available to watch on Global Play, and let me tell you, this one is super good because you can see that at the beginning, she was moving with intention to get revenge, but later on, slowly but surely, she starts to get feelings for one another, and things 100 trillion% got super complicated between the two. And let me tell you, the ending of their relationship, of their situation, is just something else. So if you haven't watched it, go to Global Play, which is a popular Brazilian, streaming platform, and there you will find it. And then moving forward, we have Leopard Skin, and this one was released in 2022. Alba and Betty stars as enemies with a shared past. Alba is the widow of the wealthy man, and Betty was his mistress. At the start of the series, they basically live together in a Mexican beach house, but harbor deep, seated resentments and secrets after a botched diamond heist. A criminal group leaks the two women to stay together and basically, try to figure out, what's going on. And as the two are forced, in this case, to stay together, to live together, they actually start to build a very deep connection that later on turns into a romantic dynamic between the two. Obviously, it didn't start off perfectly, but as the series go by, you can see that they just start to get, closer to one another. They start, just to create this bond that people were like, is this really genuine, or are they doing this with interest in order to get what each of them want out of the situation? This one, unfortunately, only has one season available, but I do still feel like it was very good. I like the dynamic they had. And also, one thing I have to say, the chemistry between the two was pretty good. So if you want to watch it, I would highly recommend going to Peacock and Prime Video as well, because there you will find the full series. Have in this case Gotham Knights. Stephanie begin as the perfect student and the best friend of Turner Hayes, while Harper is a cynical, street smart survivalist who has lived in Gotham's margins. They initially clash over the different, worldwide views and survival strategies, such as, arguing over the best way to develop a BOMB, diffuser. The translation translation from enemies to allies occurs as they uncover each other's secrets. In this case, Stephanie reveals she has been hiding her mother's, a situation that she has been fighting with, and Harper also admits, that she had been working for a criminal family in order to find her brother's, in this case, medical needs. So they start to bond slowly but surely together as they were, led into a situation that they had to work together. And there you can just see they went from disliking one another, not, seeing eye to eye, basically like being enemies. And then later on starting to create a bond that they were like, maybe this is more than what we think it is. And obviously, eventually they start to get romantically involved with one another. This one also has one season available, and it is available to watch, in this case, on multiple platforms, and it was released in 2023. And we have, in this case, Olympo. Jennifer is introduced as Zoe's old rival in the world of competitive athleticism. The early interaction are characterized by friction and a misunderstood past. They are also former lovers as they have, basically unresolved issues following a tragic event that actually lead to them basically going, separate ways. That, despite their outward hostility, the two reconnect as Zoe struggles with the mental exhaustion of training at the high performance center, school. They are exes to lovers. Basically, they were in a situationship. Things didn't work out. Then they reconnected. It looks like everything was going well for the two, but later on, obviously, they got separated again. Even though this time around, they did try to figure out a better way to move towards, with their past situation and not commit the same mistakes. But it's still kind of like ex-lovers that hated each other, that reconnected, that were in a situationship again, and then later on, they got, separated again. This one is available to watch on Netflix. It has one season available. And yes, I did do a review regarding it on the channel just in case you would like to know a little bit more regarding everything that went on. Then we have Señorita 89. At the start of the series, Jocelyn is a victim of a passionate dark, underbelly, while Santa, in this case, represents the public-facing glamorous that masks this corruption. Santa is initially seen as a tool of the oppressive system. In season 2, Jocelyn and Santa finds himself on the same side of the rebellion against the paganist financial owners. They shared a goal of exposing the system that basically forces them into this situation that they don't want to, be part of anymore. So it's basically they're going on a revenge path in order to take down, the people that are in charge of the pageant, in this case, the Miss Mexican pageant. Yes, so you can see that at the beginning, they definitely didn't get along, especially Santa. When it came to Jocelyn, there was just something about her that didn't convince her that this girl was being honest or she was being transparent. But later on, as they started to work more together, spend more time together, the genuinely started to build a romance that led a lot of people, in my personal opinion, very, very underrated. But I do feel like the storyline has a very important plot. So if you guys haven't watched it, I would highly recommend going to Netflix Prime Video, and there you guys will find it. In the first season, there was also a lesbian couple, the second season as well. So if you haven't watched it, you are 100 trillion percent missing out on it, in my personal opinion. So yes, guys, that's basically it. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know your personal opinion down below in the comments. And if you guys know any other amazing enemies to lover lesbian couples, please drop it down below in the comments. It will be very helpful. I really hope you all have enjoyed this video. Until the next video, and have an amazing and great day, and goodbye.